Welcome back to the Crochet Crowd as well as my friends over at yarnspirations.com. This is the Hugs and Kisses tote bag. This is designed by my assistant, Jeannie Steinhilber. So what we have today is that we are going to be making this with Bernat Maker Home Dec. I'm going to give you a little bit of a tip if you want to save some money on some yarn. And you're going to need a size K, 6.5mm crochet hook. You're also going to need some grommets then for the handles, just like you see. So it's actually not a hard pattern. There's a nice repeat. The repeat is a long one, so I'm going to be taking you through that section and then we're going to be working along in order to get ourselves to the top and do the handles. So looking more closely at this bag, there's a repeat pattern. It's done right in the round at the bottom, and it's done as a one-piece unit, and you work your way around. It's really easy to maintain this pattern, and there's a nice generous repeat pattern. So what you're looking at is some double crochet, some single crochet, some crisscrosses, some popcorns, and then we also have some more crisscrosses, double crochets, and single crochets. And once you understand the repeat pattern, that's actually not so hard. So I have some of the sample already done for you, and then I'm going to be showing you. If you would like to save money on some yarn, it says 2 balls of the main color, which is this color. If you change the last row, the last repeat of this to a single crochet, you won't need a second ball. So that's completely up to you. I leave that in your capable hands. However, if you like the pattern to be consistent, then buy a second ball in order to do that. For me, that's not a deal breaker. So without further ado, let's take a look at my sample as we've got it going, and then we're gonna get ourselves started. So here's what the main body of the bag looks like. We start off with the foundation chain, and we're gonna go all the way around. It's just a chain, and we're just gonna circle around it to create that, and we're going in a continuous circle. So it's gonna stay flat like this, and she's got it worked out so that your slip stitching is done on the one side, which is not very obvious at all. So we're going to begin to do, and it's gonna be repeating of rows number 5 through 12. So 5 through 12 is the repeat pattern after we really get ourselves started. So once I get to round number 5, I'm going to tell you it's repeating 5 to 12, and then you can just reverse back the video. So I'm gonna take you as far as up here, and then you're going to then continue and repeat one more time. As I mentioned, if you change the last row to a single crochet, I did half double crochet. This is all that I had left of the first ball when I did half double crochet. So I can't guarantee if you change that last row to half double crochet that you won't accidentally need an extra one. So I would probably stick to a single crochet and then move up to the top section of the bag. Again, your call, your creativity. So let's get our 6.5mm size K crochet hook and let's play. So let's begin. We'll leave a little bit of an extra long tail so that we can weave that in later, and we need to chain 42. So put your slip knot on there, and this is an easy level if you just follow it step by step. So just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Go all the way to 42 for me and meet me back here in just a moment. So I now have my chaining of 42 done. It'll obviously be a straight line. It's just I've got it narrowed for the camera reasons. So what we're gonna do is that we're gonna go second chain from the hook, and we're gonna work our way all the way down the chain, and on the last chain we're going to put in 3 single crochets, and then we're gonna circle around the underside of the chain and come back and then put 2 single crochets in the starting one that we had. So that allows us to start really then rotating around in a circle. It'll be like a rectangular circle. So let's just grab our project now, and now if you grab it and you go second chain from the hook, so 1 and 2, just turn it over and get the back hump of the chain. Just single crochet in that one, and once you do the first one, the chain stays upside down, and you can see the next one is ready for you right in a row. So you're just gonna single crochet all the way to the end of the chain, and the last chain we're gonna put 3 single crochets, and I'll meet you there in just a moment. So once I get to the last chain, I'm going to put 3 single crochets, and watch what I do. I'll just naturally turn the chain upside down. So 1, and now we're gonna go to the end, 2, and 3. It naturally wants to turn in a circle because you're putting too much in the one. So right here is your first stitch going back, then in the other direction, and you're now on the underside of the chain working your way back to where you had started. So what I want you to do is work your way back, and then I'll see you on the last stitch, and we'll figure that out, and we'll go from that particular point. So as I come back around, I'm just going to go into the last one. So you see this is the starting one, so this is the last one right here. You're going to place in 2 single crochets, so 1 and 2, and what I want you to do is that I want you to join it to the top one, the first one, single crochet, and and pull through and through. And what I want you to do, and I found this really quite helpful, Jeannie had it in the advice too. So what I want you to do, right where you did the join, put a stitch marker there, because when it's single crocheted like this, especially in the bottom section, it's kind of hard to see where you stopped and started. So it's just as a great indication to do it right now, and you won't need to carry that all the way up. It's just to help you in the first few rounds here. So let's now move along to round number 2 and 3. So let's now move on to 2 and 3. I'm going to show it only once because it's the same thing. So you're just gonna chain 1, and starting in the first one you're going to single crochet and then single crochet in every stitch all the way around. There's nothing special to do on the end. When you get there, just continue to do 1 single crochet in each stitch going all the way around, and then you're going to slip stitch to the top of the first one like you just did, and then you're gonna do it one more time. So chain up 1, single crochet in the first one again. So what I'll do is I'll meet you at the end of the first time I go around just to make sure that you're getting it right, and then you're gonna do number 3 on your own. So I'm just coming back to where I had started with, and remember that that stitch marker is the last one that you had done. Okay, so we're gonna go there, and I'm just gonna leave that stitch marker there. I don't need to move it up. It just helps me to see it unless you really want to. So then you're just going to slip stitch to the top of the first one. So if you want to move that stitch marker up, just do nice and tight, just move it up to the next one right above it, and then that will help you to see it again next time. So what I want you to do is do one more of that. So just chain up 1 again, and then 1 into the same one. That's the join, and then 1 into every one going around, and then just come back around. You've seen where you had to mark it. Just join it to the top of the first one, and then you're good to go. So this will be then round number 3. So continue now, and I'll see you here in just a moment. So just finished round number 3. Now let's start round number 4. And then round number 5 we start the repeat pattern, then going all the way up to the brim. So we're just gonna chain a total of 3, and that counts as the first crochet in this one right here. You're going to move to the next one, and it's gonna be a double crochet. I noticed that it looks like a little bit of a gapping space. It'll work out, so don't you worry about that. So we're just going to put 1 double crochet in each of the stitches going all the way around. At this point you should probably fold it so it looks like this when you go to crochet. It's just easier to hold, and it's easier to get around as well. So please 1 double crochet in each stitch going all the way around for round number 4. So now coming up to the end, this is my last stitch. Now it looks like there's another one, but think about it, that's part of this one here. So this is where I want to end. So I want to just join to the top of the first, chain 3, and then pull everything nice and tight. So now what we're going to do then is that we're going to now move on to round number 5 through 12. This is the repeat. This is where you're gonna start again to do your repeats. So let's start round number 5. So if you're doing the repeat pattern, this is where you're going to start. This is number 5. Chain 1, and you already know how to do this, and do 1 single crochet in the first one, and do 1 single crochet in each stitch going all the way around. This is round number 5. Please do that, and meet me back here in just a moment. Okay, I'm finishing up round number 5, and then I'm just going to slip stitch. Don't forget, this is just leaning over, it's not part of it, and just go right over top. So if you're experienced with crochet, you would know that too. So let's chain up 3. So 1, 2, 3 does not count as a stitch, it's more of a builder. I want to come into the very next stitch, and I want to double crochet, and then right where I just came out of, I want to apply a double crochet there. So just wrap the hook coming from the back side going into that stitch, and pull through, and then pull through 2 and 2. So you've just created a crisscross. So that chain 3 doesn't count as anything, it's a builder. So skip the next one, double crochet into the next one after that, and then come back to the one you just skipped over. So just moving it in front so you can access it. And once you get a hold of this idea, it actually is pretty fast. So skip 1, double crochet into the next, and then go into the one you skipped over. So I want you to go all the way around now, just crisscross. There should be a total of 42 of those. We will double count, and if you're off by any point, I'm gonna show you how to cheat that as well at the end. So let's continue to crisscross all the way around. So I'm coming up to the end of round number 6. Now my issue is that I have 3 stitches left, but I have only 1 crisscross. There's a total of 42 crisscrosses, and I've got now 41. But I got 3 stitches left. So how am I gonna fix that? I'm not gonna frog. I'm going to cheat the system. So watch what I do. I'm going to jump to the 3rd one and double crochet, and I'm going to jump to the other 2 through a 2 together double crochet. So wrapping it, going into the first one, pull through and pull through 2 and hold it. Then wrap again and go to the next one, pull through 2 and hold it, and then wrap and pull through all 3. So look how much that hid that. Isn't that awesome? So now you're just going to join to the top of the first double crochet that's in the crisscross, not the chain 3. So crochet there. Now what Jeannie has here is that she wants you to slip stitch to the next double crochet, which then puts you in balance with the rest of this pattern. So every time you get to round number 6, that's what she wants you to do. So let's now move along and let's continue then to round number 7. So round number 7 is chain 1, and in each of the stitches going all the way around, it's again a single crochet. I want you to do it right from start to finish, so right now, and I want you to slip stitch at the end of this and then meet me and we'll start round number 8 together. So just one single crochet in each stitch going all the way around. So I'm coming up all the way back around. I'm single crocheting in each one of the stitches. Remember that we slipped over to the second one, so that means that we have this first one here, and we're going to just slip stitch to the first one just like you see. So that was round number 7. So round number 8 is the popcorn round. So if we're reviewing, so we have 5, 6, 7. So the single crochet right before the crisscross is the repeat. So now we have the popcorn. So we're gonna chain 2, does not count as a stitch, and we're going to half double crochet into the same stitch. Now we're going to popcorn in the next one. So to do that, you're going to do 4 double crochets. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. Drop the stitch, insert it into the top of the first one of the 4, loop it back on and pull it shut. And now in the next 2 you're going to do a half double crochet. So 1 and 2, and then it's a popcorn again. So let's do a popcorn. So there's 4 double crochets. So 1, 2, 3, and 4, and then drop the loop, go to the first one, pick it back up and pull it through, and then 2 halves. So what I'm gonna do is that I'm gonna do that all the way around, and if you're keeping in count, there's always gonna be 2 half double crochets that separate this popcorn. So because we started off with 1, there will be 1 half double crochet just before we come around to the very end. But I'll meet you there in just a moment. So I'm coming up all the way around. I have another popcorn here. So the popcorns take a little bit longer to get around, but it's what makes the bag awesome. Other than Jeannie's design, because she's awesome too. So you're going to do 1 half double crochet in the last one, and then just join it to the first half double crochet that you started with. So that was round number 8. So you only have to do this round a total of 2 more times in this design. So let's continue then to round number 9 and 10. 9 and 10 are the same as 5 and 6. So 5 is single crochet and 6 is the cross stitch. So let's just do round number 9. So it's just chain up 1 single crochet into each, going all the way around. So you're going on top of the first half double crochet. This one here is part of the popcorn, so that's that one, and then the next one is the next half double crochet, and then the next one is the next half double crochet. So if you can keep an eye on that. So this is the top of the popcorn, so just go 1, and then the first half double crochet is 2, and the next half double crochet is 3. So 1, 2, and 3. It's kind of like a waltz, right? So do that all the way around for round number 9. So I'm coming back around and I'm on the last half double crochet before the join, and that's where I'm going to slip stitch to finish that. So round number 10 is the same as round number 6, which is the crisscross. So let's just chain 3, does not count as anything, it's a builder. Come into the next one. I want you to double crochet, and then I want you to double crochet back into the one that you did the join with, which is where you got the chain 3 coming out of, like that. So then you already know how to do the crisscross, so skip the next one, double crochet into the next after that, and then double crochet into the one you skipped. And please do that same thing all the way around. Your stitch count should be right. There should be 42 of these going all the way around. Again, if you're off, just be able to fudge it a little bit, right? No frogging today. So let's just continue to crisscross all the way around for round number 10. So I come into the end of round number 10, which was the crisscross, and I want to join it to the first one. And remember what Jeannie says in round number 5, or round number 6 that she had, which is the same as round number 10, is that you want to slip stitch to the next one. Okay, so you slip stitch to join, but then you slip stitch to the next one. So now we're going to repeat round number 5 for number 11. So number 11 is just a single crochet round, so just chain up one single crochet in each of the stitches going all the way around for round number 11. I'll see you at the end of this round. So I'm finishing up round number 11, which is the same as number 5, which is a single crochet, and then you're just going to then join it. You have the first one left. Remember we had a slip stitch over when we did the last one, so let's just do the last stitch here. Just don't forget to do that, and I've almost got caught on that twice, and then slip stitch. So finally round number 12, which is the final of the repeat pattern, is kind of what we did way back in the very beginning, but this is where we need to end. So we're just going to chain up 3, counts as a double crochet, move to the next one, and do 1 double crochet in each stitch all the way around. So this is it for the repeat pattern. Let me get you to the end of this round, and let's just quickly discuss that, and then I'm gonna leave the repeating of you for 5 to 12. I'm also going to give you a little bit of advice too, just in case that you want to save a bit of money. So let's begin to do that next. So as we come to the end of round number 12, you're going to repeat now rounds number 5 through 12, which is this. So you only have to repeat it 2 more times, but here's my piece of advice for you. So just join it to the top of the first chain 3. My advice to you is that you're gonna have to repeat, and you'll have this again, okay, and then you'll have it again. Now the point being is that it required 2 balls of the main color, and that's because this double crochet ends up cracking into a ball just for a tiny bit of stitches. So if you want to change it up a bit, I would do the last time that you have to do this double crochet as a half double crochet, but I was really close, like I was within 5 feet of ending the ball. So you may want to decide to change this to a single crochet on the very final time, and therefore you don't have to crack a second ball for this particular project. But you do have a secondary color which we will use, but this is kind of a neat idea. So let's take you back to the other project that I was working on, and then we are going to then move up into this as we continue then our journey to the top. So here's my other sample I was working on last night. So you have a repeat once, twice, and the third time I changed to a half double crochet in the very final row here, and this is all that I was left at the end, maybe less than 5 feet. So that's kind of yarn chicken big time. So if you can manage to do that, that's awesome, but if you did do double crochet, you would have had to crack a second ball. So let's move on now to the next round as we then continue the next 6 rounds going above using the secondary color. I'm going to use that blue, and we are going to do 6 rounds of single crochet, and then that's going to complete the top of this bag. So using your secondary color, I'm going to create a slip knot, and I'm going to join it where I finished. Okay, so finish it right where there, and I'm just going to join it. So just attach, and I'm going to yarn over, pull it through. Now just chain 1 and just single crochet in the same one you just did the attaching with, and then just single crochet into each of the stitches. I'm going right up over top of the straggler and the starting strand just for a couple inches, and then I'm going to release that to let it go. I'm going to single crochet all the way around, and we've already done single crochet several times in this already. So when you get back around, just slip stitch and then start again. I need 6 rows of this color, and then that's it. And we're then going to move on to the handles of the bags, which are really quite simple. Now I feel like I've covered this enough, so I'm just going to trim that out, and I will see you at the end of 6 rows. So I've now come into the end of my 6th round. I'm just going to join it. So I'm going to show you how to make the handles. The handles are actually just chain work, and there's a total of 6 chains per handle, and they are braided together. I'm going to just quickly just review that process, and then I'm going to leave that in your capable hands. To get rid of your loose ends on here, I would recommend a darning needle or a tapestry needle. Just feed it through. Now we know the outside of the bag is what we're looking at, so we're just going to sink it down through, and if you're going to pop it out, keep it towards the outside, or sorry, the inside of the bag. It's not as obvious then. And when you pull it through, you don't want to warp anything. You want to just keep it so it looks like it's natural as it can be. And then you're just going to go back in the other direction through a slightly different path, but stay towards the back as well. So that will be number 2. This yarn is fabulous for getting stuck into each other, which is awesome because then it makes it almost impossible to get it out, if not impossible without having to ruin it. So you're just gonna go at the 3rd time as a charm, and now you can safely cut it. So let's quickly review the grommets area. So the grommets, we have a separate tutorial. I'll put that part of this tutorial as well. I already have it run on a different thing on how to do it. So what I want to do is that I want to kind of look at the photo and see where she's got it here. And what I'm gonna do is that you just put your grommets in, so between the 3rd and the 4th round, and you're gonna jam it in and you're gonna hammer it in. You'll do it on both sides. Be very conscientious of what side that you're putting the grommets on, and let me put that at the end of this tutorial. But before we do that, we need to make the handle straps, and let's just quickly review that. So here's all the handle straps. There's a total of 12 of them, so 6 of them will be in one handle and the other 6 will be in the other handle. So when you go to put these together, if I just separate these out, is that put 2 together in groups of 3. So 1 group, 2 and 3. So what you want to do is that you want to use the 3 and braid them together, and you're going to want to look at the photograph and see how many inches that she has it out beyond the grommet. So once you have it braided together, those can just stay out just like you see, and she's put actually some beads that she's attached to the end of the strand. You can decide to do that if you wish as well, or just leave it natural just with the tie at the end of a chain. So you just make sure you pull it nice and tight, and therefore it should not fall out, and then you can just trim it. Just really quite easy. So what I'm going to do then is that these chains consist of 110, so you'll do 12 of those, you'll braid them together and then feed them through the grommets. So that's where I'm gonna leave you today. I'm gonna get my bag done here, and I will see you again real soon, and I'll take some photos for Instagram. And until next time, I'm Mikey on behalf of the Crochet Crowd, as well as my friends over at yarnspirations.com. We'll see you. Bye-bye. Welcome back to the Crochet Crowd. I'm your host Mikey. Today I'm going to show you how to place grommets inside your crochet project. Never done this before, and I'm doing a lunch bag where this is required to hold in the handles into the project. What we have here is a combination of things. So here is a package of grommets, and when you buy these, sometimes they provide the punch and other times they don't. You need the punch. So if it's being sold separately, like I picked it up, then you'll have to buy that separately on its own, and then you just buy the grommets. Now if you go to Joann Fabrics and Crafts, usually they have a kit that everything is included for the first time you do it, and then you can buy replacement grommets just like you see. So there are 2 types of grommets materials in there. You'll notice one that has a lip that is facing up, just like you see, and the other one is more flat. Okay, this lip one is the good side. So whenever you're looking at the project, you should be looking at it from this point of view when you're looking at the good side of the project. And the other one, being so flat, should be the back side of the project. So without further ado, let's take a crochet project and let's show you an example. To do any kind of grommet work, you're going to need a hard surface other than a table or something that you don't want to ruin. So you'll notice that this is the bottom of the punch. There's a flat side to it, just like you see, and then there's a side that has a cupping that you see. So the cupping side should face up, and what you're going to do is the one with the bigger lip is the one that will sit down on top of the cup, just like you see. And what you're going to do is insert your project over that, and then you're going to take the other smaller one and place it over top, and then take the punch itself and then just go down and just give it some light taps with the hammer. On the top side of this lunch bag, I skipped 1 stitch and I chained 1, and I have a little hole. Now your grommet should be able to fit inside that little hole when you have, and there's 2 of them, and because there's 2 sides, there's going to be a total of 4 grommets. So what I have to do is determine what side is the good side of the project. I've determined that this side is the side that I want to see. Therefore this one here with the lip on it should be the one that is on that side, and the other piece should be on the inside of the bag. So what I'm going to do is force that one through the hole. So there's a chain 1 space hole, and just move around the stitches so that you can get it to fit, and you will see that it will fit just like there. Now you're going to take the punch and lay it down on top of the board, and you're going to carefully place that down so that it's inside the punch. You're now going to grab the other one. Now the other one has a lip, just like you see. It should be like a bowl shape, so the bottom of it really should be facing down, so it's like a bowl. Okay, and you're going to place that right up over top of the other piece, just like you see. So now what you're going to do is that you are going to take your punch and put it right on top. So keeping everything nice and firm, and now grabbing your hammer, you want to tap down on top. And what I'm trying to determine was whether it's stuck or not. And what I have here is that I can see that it's gone down a little bit, but I still have to tap it in a little bit more. And then I'm going to retest it, and I'm going to check it, and just to make sure that the interior piece has come through this smaller ring. If you're not sure yet, just keep on tapping until you feel that it's secure. Once you think you tapped it enough, you'll be able to see that the upper lip went over top of the other ring, therefore it's good to go. So all you can just do now is switch to the other one. So in this case there's two of them. So again, my good side is the one I want facing out. So I'm just going to apply it to the chain one space, and I just have to move around the fibers in order to do that. So just get it to go around. And once I can see the ring is exposed all the way through, I'm going to again place it down on top of the punch. Then taking the other one, again, see the bowl shape itself, you want to face that down, and then taking your punch, put your punch on top, and then take your hammer and hammer it down. I'm going to pick it up and just check it and see if it actually took. And if I'm not happy with it, I can just apply it again. And therefore, I have 2 grommets inside my work for my lunch bag.